The best thing that I saw, Memphis-related, sports-related, may have just been Ja Morant dunking in China. And I did not expect to be coming on here on a Monday and saying Ja Morant dunking in China in the end of July would be one of the best things I saw of the weekend. However, it was that good of a dunk that it single-handedly reignited people's dreams in Ja Morant doing the dunk contest. This is it. And it was very nice. And immediately, people say, is he sure he never wants to do the dunk contest? Because it is peak July sports conversation to be fantasizing about Ja Morant doing a dunk contest again. However, the dunk and the reaction to it is truly just another reminder that with a snap of his fingers, Ja Morant could revive the dunk contest. And here he is with his fans in China. The scenes from everywhere he's been have been awesome, and the turnout's been incredible, the energy's been incredible, and he just looks so happy. He looks so happy, CJ. And I don't like to be one of those people who overanalyzes a man's happiness, because I can look really bummed out and be in my happiest state. I could look really happy and be in my bummedest state. But the smile on Ja's face, his interaction with all of the fans, throwing down the dunk, getting back to it, this is a really cool thing with him having his first global tour through Nike. And as he's going through the promotional tour of selling his Ja threes and everything that comes with it. But I really loved seeing this over the weekend.
And we talk about it from time to time after we get back. One of us gets back from a trip to see some family members or friends. We talk about how that just energizes you and keeps you from falling into the grayness that is the monotony of everyday life, right? Like going to see friends for me in Birmingham and the ones I have in Middle Tennessee, that lifts me in a way that just being here with, people who I see on the regular just doesn't. And I hope that when the dog days of the NBA come through and smack Ja in the face, because it smacks all of us around, I hope that he remembers this. It's like, oh, this was really, really fun for me. I hope that he can find the joy and keep the joy in the moment, going back, thinking about, reminiscing about this moment, right? It's hard, man. In mid to late January, early February, you're right on that all-star break cusp, and you're probably somebody somewhere in the media is probably, and fans are probably saying, oh, you know who's overrated? Ja. You know who can't do whatever? Ja. Look at what the Grizzlies are doing. They're doing blah, 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 right? Like that's just going to happen. That's just the nature of the sports talk landscape. Yeah. And that can weigh on you. I understand that. I know that. I empathize with the fact that can weigh on you. You've got to hold on to the moments that bring you joy, though. You've got to find the moments that bring you a bit of happiness and remind you, like, I do enjoy playing this game. And it looked like you said, from running around out there, the dunk, and then just the way he was working the crowd, it looked like he was having a whole hell of a lot of fun. Now, I hope that was the case, one. And two, I hope that when those days come, the hard days, the trying days come, instead of going in himself and sulking and pouting, which he has been known to do, I hope that he can say, hey, you know what? I had fun doing that thing over there. And it reminds me that I do really enjoy playing basketball. I do really love this game. Never mind what the doubters, naysayers, haters, or whatever are saying. I'm not going to let them ruin the fun that I have.
Well, and I do think when you see the images coming out of China this weekend, it does reinvigorate the conversation of Ja Morant can be one of the faces of the league. You can argue that Ja Morant is one of the faces of the league, and getting this global opportunity with Nike is a testament to that, and seeing the turnout is a testament to that, and having fans in China screaming, we want Ja, and him coming through and everyone going crazy. We're seeing it in China this weekend. He's going to Tokyo next, then he's going to Manila. I cannot wait for the Tokyo stop. Please, please, please let it be a reunion between him and Yuki in Tokyo, because I think that would provide some absolute incredible content. But it is this reminder that, yeah, sure. I see a lot of people pop off of, oh, cool, he's throwing down a dunk in the summer. Call me back when he's playing 70 games for a season. And for the ultimate success of the Grizzlies, I would love for Ja Morant to play 70-plus games next season, because we talk about it all the time. This team's ceiling rises as healthy as Ja Morant and Jaren Jackson Jr. are next year. But you can have that be a fact and also recognize that when Ja Morant is having an experience like the one that we're seeing right now, it really is a truth that he is one of the faces of the league. And you can argue up and down, like you can't be a face of the league until you win a championship. Okay. Or make it to the Western Conference Finals at least, or make it to the NBA Finals. But there's a difference between going and winning a championship and being somebody that everybody goes crazy for in the sports landscape, in the celebrity landscape. And Ja Morant absolutely sits in that space. And his dunk was everywhere this weekend. And I get that it's the end of July and we're all desperately searching for content to grasp onto, but like that dunk was sick. Like my immediate thought was, we're stuck with Mac McClung in the dunk contest and Ja Morant exists. And no disrespect to Mac McClung, multi-time dunk contest champion, but it would be an incredible thing if one day Nike, Ja, the NBA were able to come together and say, like, all right, let's bring this dunk contest back from the dead. And there are very few people who could do that, but I believe that Ja could do that coming out of this.
They couldn't get LeBron James to do it. They're not going to get Ja Morant
No,
to
probably
do it,
not,
so.
but we can dream.
Hey, go
That's
ahead,
what July
dream.
28th is for.
Dream, baby, dream.
What else am I going to do?
Go ahead. I know one
Dream
guy
about
in
the Grizzlies
particular who had a dream.
preseason schedule that dropped?
Go ahead. But, you know, that's what it would take, though. It would take for a major advertiser, a shoe company or clothing apparel, something like that, Nike or Reebok or Under Armour or Puma, whomever that may be, to go to their guys and say, hey, we need one of y'all to get in this dunk. We need one of you prominent people to get in the dunk contest. And that might be a fun, but it would be a fun thing to do, to go, okay, here we go. We're going to do a Nike versus Adidas versus Puma versus Under Armour dunk challenge. Let's go. Everybody get out there, large pot of money. The winner will get to be crowned the best dunking shoe, whatever the hell you want to call it. And you could drum it up like that. You can have that sort of a shoe apparel rivalry thing going there. But, like, why would the shoe companies want that? Why would the players want that? Because while it would be great to see Ja Morant and some of these other high-flying, higher on the star level names in the dunk contest, somebody's got to lose it.
Yeah.
And so are you confident enough in what you are to say, all right, I'm not going to lose it? And are you comfortable enough in what you are to say, hey, even if I lose it, it's not going to be the end of the world, end of my career. I'll be okay taking a dunk contest L. It won't matter on my resume, right? It won't matter with my legacy,
right.
But it does. So, like, I don't know how we fix the dunk contest. I don't know how we get the Ja Morants into the dunk contest, but that's absolutely what is needed and what is necessary. And the only way to go about doing that is to get Nike and the other shoe brands to put pressure on their athletes, say, hey, y'all got to go out there and get in this dunk contest.
But in the meantime, like, they get the promotion from Ja being on their tour in China and throwing down a dunk that gets everybody talking, or him doing it at a game. It will be a travesty in my lifetime if I never get to see Ja Morant.
Well, it's a travesty then. I don't know what to tell you.
I know. It's going to be a travesty.
He's not in there.
He has said it over and over, but just imagine. Just imagine if he did. That's where I found myself over this weekend.
Kobe was in the dunk contest. Kobe won one. Dwight Howard, Vince Carter. I'm trying to think of the biggest names of the past, like, 20 years to win a dunk contest. And Kobe might be outside of 20 years now. Donovan Mitchell won one.
Yeah.
Paul George got one.
It's Zach LaVine with 2. John Wall. Blake Griffin won
Blake
one.
Griffin. Okay.
Dwight Howard won one. You said that.
So it's after
Nate Robinson won 2.
So it's after Blake and Dwight, then it starts to, like, dip in terms of stars being in it.
After Blake, it goes Jeremy Evans, Terrence Ross, John Wall, Zach LaVine times 2, Glenn Robinson, Donovan Mitchell, Hamidou Diallo, Derek Jones, Anthony Simons, Obi Toppin, and then 3-time dunk champion Mac McClung.
Yeah. A slow dip. And no disrespect to any of their games, but they just aren't the superstars. They aren't the faces of the league. Donovan Mitchell, pit him to the side. The rest of them just aren't and I guess maybe Zach LaVine too, they just aren't the same caliber of names as what Ja Morant and some of the others are right now.
You don't have, like, Steph Curry was somewhere over the weekend talking about various things in the NBA, and he said, like, pound for pound, Ja Morant is the most athletic player in the NBA. He's not saying that about his former teammate, Mac McClung.
I forgot Mac was over there.
His former teammate.
The Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hart, live every weekday at 8 a.m.